The following program is brought to you by the Cook Inlet Tribal Council, Incorporated. Youth Opportunity Program, Opportunities for Alaska Native Youth, made possible by funding from the U.S. Department of Labor Workforce Investment Act, Youth Opportunity Movement, Youth Opportunity Program.
Hi, welcome to This Generation. I'm Christopher Norton. This week we traveled to Kotzebue, Alaska. It's a friendly village that sits on the end of a 3-mile-long spit, surrounded by the frozen waters of the Kotzebue Sound. Come with us as we check out this Inupiaq village and my home for the past few years, Kotzebue. Known as Kikikdaru, Kotzebue holds a history rich in culture, as the hub of ancient Arctic trading routes long before European contact. The Inupiaq have subsided here for hundreds of years, living off the land and the waters around them, much as they still do today. Kotzebue is a second-class city with a healthy cash economy that serves as a service and transportation center for all villages in the Northwest region. There is even a place called Tent City, where those visiting from neighboring villages can set up camp for their stay. With just over 3,000 residents, Kotzebue is a thriving community with a growing population. It is a place where the people walk around with their heads held high. But like in so much of rural Alaska, there's a need for activities for the youth.
It's a pretty good life. I mean, during the summer, I go subsistence hunting with my dad. It's pretty much all year round, almost. The big game are like bearded seal and walrus and caribou. During the winter, I work. That's all I do, work. It's real boring. They got no after-school programs for most of the youth, and the programs they do have, it's only for real young children, and most my friends and me, it's pretty much boring all day. Nothing to do, nothing to keep us occupied or anything. It's just sit there, become a couch potato or whatever.
The weather's cold. We like to have fun, go hunting, go snow machine riding. It does get boring after sports activities over. There's nothing to do. Kids tend to get in trouble a lot, like probably using drugs and alcohol and getting into all the bad stuff.
Many of the youth are involved in sports activities, like 16-year-old Cheryl Foster, who spends what little extra time she has playing volleyball for the varsity team.
I love to get enough exercise and just to be in the sports, just to be known in school. And I play as a setter. There's 2 setters on the team, and we always get second hits, so we're always working really hard, and I like to push myself. I'm the president of the junior class, and we're helping out getting ready for prom. I'm also involved in the yearbook staff, where we get our stuff ready for the yearbook, take pictures, and put everything together. And I'm into the leadership club, and that's working with politics, and we learn more about politics, and we work on raising money for going on trips.
Cheryl is a part of a program that is active in 45 different villages across Alaska, known as the Youth Opportunity Program. This program is aimed at preparing youth for the workforce of the 21st century by teaching them skills that include resume writing, job shadowing, work experience, support services, access to a list of program partners that include Job Corps, Big Brothers, Big Sisters, a variety of different colleges, and the Alaska Military Youth Academy.
And how are you coming along with your GED studies?
There's progress, but it is slow at this time.
Eben Loon is applying for the academy with hopes of attending for next year.
Eben and I have been discussing his GED progress, and we discussed the possibility of Job Corps or Alaska Military Youth Academy, and he's decided he might want to check out Alaska Military Youth Academy.
So I'm applying this application for Alaska Military Youth Academy for next March of 2002. Well, I found out that I can get training for a mechanic, and that's what I think I will be going for. I wanted to be, well, I am a snow machine mechanic, but I'm not certified, so I want to grow up to be a snow machine racer and just get through life. I dropped out of high school in Selawik, and I came here to Kotzebue to get my GED and get a good part-time job and stay out of trouble. They're helping me out by tutoring me in my GED and helping me get employed after I get my GED. I realized that without my GED that I would probably be working at a minimum wage, so I want to have a good job and be a certified mechanic.
Yeah, there's more people, more students coming in, enrolling and getting more busier, and all they need is just their GEDs and high school diploma to get the job, and that's the only thing that stops them from getting a job. I'm the Assistant Youth Development Specialist for the Youth Opportunity Program here in Kotzebue. As an assistant, my duties include stuff like help students with enrollment applications, resume writing, interest assessment forms, computer work. It is real important because there's a lot of youth that don't have jobs. I was there. And all I had to do was just get up and go look for it. And that's exactly what many of young people here are doing. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Flying in Alaska? Fly Frontier, the official airline of Heartbeat Alaska. Frontier is expanding again. They've added new routes to Nome, Kotzebue, and the surrounding villages. As you can see, Frontier is now really covering Alaska. So the next time you fly, try Frontier. Frontier offers quick, convenient check-in, low fares, and service direct to many of the villages. Frontier Flying Service is the official airline of Heartbeat Alaska. Make it your official airline too.
OTZ.
John Wilson is part of the Youth Opportunity Program as well. Not only is John involved in the job shadowing portion of the program, but John is also the treasurer of the Youth Council. Through the Youth Opportunity Program, John found work at OTZ, which is Kotzebue's cell phone and long-distance provider.
I do audit cellular phone service, I audit long distance service, and pretty soon hopefully they'll let me activate a cell phone for a customer, and that'll be good. And probably a few days from now I'll be working with the technicians, the outside technicians, and I'll be working with them hopefully. Wait, hold on, I'll transfer.
We have a young person working at the local phone company, and that is working out just wonderful. He's working part-time for the phone company, and we're paying him out of the Youth Opportunity budget.
They pay their wages to work for companies like us, like we needed the help. So they called around to companies that could be able to use John or anybody else in the job shadow training. So they called us and we needed him, so we decided that we'll take him.
It's real important because there's nothing to do, and there's almost nothing to do after school. After you get your GED or after you graduate, there's nothing to do, and the only thing you can do is just work. In most places, you can't get work because you're too young or not experienced enough, and this program helps us get like on-the-job training and helps us get a better job, better than putting food on the shelves.
And he's also working part-time at a local store, and the store is paying him.
Yep, that's right. John wears 2 hats in this village. In the evenings and the weekends, John stocks groceries at the local AC store. As for his decision on joining the program,
It's probably one of the best decisions I made, because that other job was only paying me like not even $10 an hour, and this one's almost 11, and pretty soon I'll probably work here permanent, and when I go permanent they'll put me up 14 something, and I think I'd stay here.
Talk about, just a world of knowledge for him, being at the phone company half a day and at the store the other half. I mean, he is gaining so much valuable work experience that, I sit here and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe how good that is working out, but he's working out really wonderful there. The phone company, constantly praises him and thanks us.
Yeah, I believe that they're taking it seriously. They know what our program is about, and I send out, letters telling them what's going to be going on, and they know that we're not just a recreation program, that we want to seriously help them help themselves.
Claudia Tiepelman is the employment specialist in Kotzebue. Claudia understands that the only thing that will make this program a success is the kids themselves.
I was a kid, I would say, who needed at least a mentor, somewhere to go to, or some place to go to where I felt like I would get support and someone to help me basically, weave my way through. I had to learn how to find a job myself, how to conduct an interview by myself, and I think that some of the reasons why I got turned down is because I wasn't prepared, and that's what this program is for, is job preparation. Statistically, we're very low as far as kids completing academic standards. The reason for this program here is because of that. If they don't complete high school, they get a minimum job and don't work up from there at all. We do job skills, development skills, starting out with what to expect out of an interview, how to fill out an application, from the basics all the way to harder questions of interviews. Also, we do job shadowing, job mentoring. We go out into the community and find partnerships who are willing to take these kids in and hopefully, eventually provide jobs for them. Positive things are that locally everybody's real supportive of it. The downside of it there's a lack of motivation of some of the kids themselves. This program isn't going to work unless we can work with the youth.
But one young man who is making the program work for him is Timothy Clark. Timothy became involved in the Youth Opportunity Program while living in Selwyn. He spent his summer working in the program, repairing boardwalks, working on buildings, and doing other tasks that needed to be finished in the village. Timothy decided to pursue his GED and is currently attending the Alaska Technical Center in Kotzebue, where he is learning trades like carpentry and plumbing.
Yesterday we filled this up with water right there, and It holds pretty good. This whole pipe, this copper pipe. And this right there is gonna be for the toilet. Alan was working on this yesterday. Pretty complicated for me though.
When I came here, blank, man. I came here, don't even know what I was doing. I didn't even know how to measure things. It took me a while to learn that.
Timothy is a role model for the Youth Opportunity Program and just how easy and effective it can be when you apply yourself. He has put home life on hold for a bit while he focuses on himself and his career, and for him, it beats the alternative.
I'd probably be home doing nothing now.
If you have the Youth Opportunity Program in your village, go check it out. But for now, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more of This Generation.
Because the Youth Opportunity Program recognizes that in our villages, and in fact in the 46 communities that these programs are serving, there are very few job opportunities, and we have counted in a number of our communities up maybe 5 year-round jobs or even seasonal jobs in a small community. We're also looking at probably what employment means in the bigger sense. If in fact subsistence activities are valued at $3,636 a piece per family member, then in fact that is value and that is worth and that is something worthy to work toward. And so we're trying to combine both the Western ideal of a 40-hour-a-week job with the reality in our communities. And by exploring all of the options with youth, and opening doors and letting them visit and revisit their dreams and make those dreams reality, they will have a brighter future because a lot of times it's the lack of opportunity to explore what a career might mean for a youth in a community that will make the difference.
What we're set up to be, and what I like to think our goal is we're set up to be a job center for the youth, and our age bracket is 14 to 21, and I'd like to think that when we promote our program and introduce what we do and stuff, the first thing I like to say is anything you'd find in an adult job center, we like to offer the youth. So job skills training, resume writing, practice interviews, all that sorts of things. And let me see, you're a U.S. citizen, so check yes.
Karen Sowers is the Youth Development Specialist for the Youth Opportunity Program in Kotzebue and my boss. She understands the need for this program in Kotzebue and has worked hard to help make this program a success.
Other than school, there's not really a lot to do. I mean, there's athletic stuff going on all year, basketball, volleyball. Some kids are involved in church activities. We have our share of, alcohol and drug abuse like any other community, but I wouldn't call it rampant, But this program was needed, and I wish it was around when I was a young kid because, it's a really valuable program, I think.
It helped me find opportunities for other jobs I didn't know that was open in the community. It helped me to get paid while I'm in school, and I'm also getting a credit for it. They're helping me with, they give me advice and they help me out during my job.
Cheryl is, we're really fortunate to have Cheryl enrolled in our program. She's a very high achiever. She's the vice president of the Youth Opportunity Board. We formed a board just recently, and Cheryl was appointed to the vice president position. So, but she's one of the active. She's got a part-time job at our local health education program.
I'm a health education assistant, and I do library work. I've been doing it since the beginning of school, just about the beginning of school. I'm learning how to do clerical work and library work, and like I'm at the actual job. I'm learning how to do a lot of computer work and filing. That would help me in a job that I would like to get later, after high school and college.
We try to work real close with the counselor and the teachers and the principal to see what Youth Opportunity can do to help, that youth stay in school. And we understand that everybody is not college bound, but, the importance of that diploma, and how it makes the world of difference in getting a job after high school.
And many of these youth have got their plans laid out, including myself.
I plan to attend the University of Alaska Fairbanks for microcomputer support specialist in the fall of 2002. And I plan to go on to computer software programming, where you make video games and computer games and a lot of stuff with graphics.
I'm planning to go to college for it and full scholarship. If not, then I want to go to Oregon State or something. I really enjoy wildlife biology. That's one thing, science and math. One thing that I'm looking forward to.
Another thing Cheryl is looking forward to is the volleyball regionals. Kotzebue High was holding a pep assembly to recognize all those involved with the school sports and get the school spirit going.
We're going to Shishmaref for volleyball. We're playing against Shishmaref, Stebbins, and Inupiaq, and our team. We hope to have fun and win, play our hardest.
Myrtle Black is the president of the Youth Council in Kotzebue. With school and sports, Myrtle doesn't have time to hold down a part-time job, but has big plans for the Youth Opportunity Program come spring.
Just start fundraising, like big sales, tournaments like hacky sack or some sort, and things like that. I plan to be president for about 6 more months or so, because I'm going off to school, I hope, the Fairbanks. Go to classes for accounting. That's what I want to really do.
But when asked, how likely are you to succeed?
2%? That's what I would say. 2%, maybe.
Why only 2%?
Because that's a hard question right now.
But it's a question that these young people face every day, an unfinished book that they are writing the last chapter to.
The freshest salmon in town. There's no reason why Alaskans should be paying $9, $10 a pound in the stores when it's caught right down the street.
Whether you're a small business looking for a large order or an individual looking for a healthy meal for your family, Fred's Alaskan Wholesale Seafood offers fresh Alaska salmon at the lowest price in town. So give Fred a call or stop by and visit him today.
Come on down to Fred's, where the seafood costs less than catching it yourself.
Fred's Alaskan Wholesale Seafood, 230 East Potter, Suite 11.
Welcome back. Without programs like the Youth Opportunity Program, the kids of rural Alaska would have a tougher time preparing themselves for the future. And without local businesses, these programs wouldn't be as effective as they are.
Minilik is very supportive of the children, and we're trying to home grow dentists and doctors and nurses. We applied for one of the grants and were successful in receiving it. We received a sum of money where that we're able to hire youth for health, that are interested in the health professions. We have the senior center, the hospital, the MASS program, which is alcohol and substance abuse. We have a women's shelter. We have a developmentally disabled home, the Lake Street House. We have the daycare center, the children's home. The program is enabling us to hire more students than we would have been able to on our own. We had a very good turnout this past summer. We had approximately 20 youth hired. They work in some of the villages, and mainly they're working at the hospital and the daycare center for Inupiaq Association.
It's a community effort that is paying off, in a program that has only been in use for a short time. The youth are taking advantage of this opportunity and have some advice for those listening.
Stay in school, and they should further their education. They can come back to their communities and be bigger people, be leaders, and just work out and help out the community.
Man, go back to school. It's so much fun. You have so much in front of you guys, and it's just fun. Either get your GED or go to school or job corps. There's a lot of stuff around.
My advice for kids is to stay in school and get through school and get a job, but for those kids that dropped out of school or high school, I would advise for them to get their GED and get training so that they can have a good job and have a good life, so they don't have to live with their parents for the rest of their lives.
Get out of where you're from and just go training, man. Don't be scared to go anywhere. Do what you gotta do to live good, you know? That's what basically living's about.
When I'm working in our communities is, you know, management level jobs beyond. Going back to school and, you know, coming back and teaching kids what they've learned and what they've accomplished, and hoping that will roll down.
This is a good start off right there, you know? This is just like a beginning of a sentence, you know? Just starting. I'm getting there, day by day. Yeah.
Thanks for joining us again at This Generation. It's been an honor hosting the show. Be sure to check in next week for another exciting look at This Generation.